Hey guys. Okay, I chose to do my video over the fight or flight versus your breed or feed. Um, and I have to read from a couple of different things here, sorry, but there was a lot of information that I didn't really, I guess, take into consideration or know. But so you need both to keep a well-balanced physical and mental or emotional state, right? You can't just live off of one. Though in our field, unfortunately, we do live more on the sympathetic, right? And that's why it's important to know the differences so that you can help to balance by activating your own parasympathetic responses, right? Okay, so your sympathetic is your fight or flight, right? And in today's society, right, you would think that we wouldn't have it activated as much. You're not going to have some wild animal chase you on the street on your way to work, right? I mean, typically. But we have things like angry bosses and deadlines, big to-do lists, everything in your everyday life that is just a tad bit stressful is activating that sympathetic response, right? Let me set this here so I'm not moving it as much. I'm trying to anyway. That's not working. Things like coffee, how much we consume. I don't know about you guys, but I live on coffee, right? Especially in our career field. Sleep deprivation. Hello. I believe we all know what sleep deprivation is, and we probably all experience it daily. Used to, our ancestors would have gotten enough sleep. They didn't have stressful things like bosses and things like that, right? But no, of course, we don't get enough sleep. And so your fight or flight, is going to increase your blood pressure, dilate your pupils, all that fun stuff that makes you really go, right? Which is helpful when needed, but we have to have a good balance between the two. So your parasympathetic or your feed or breed, also known as the rest and digest, I read a thing that said that it was the sexier of the two systems, which I found funny, the way they worded that. But so its main purpose is to help rebuild your body and to propagate the species, right? So where your sympathetic nervous system is going to cause you to have an increased heart rate, convert your fat into fuel for your muscles, restrict your bodily functions that aren't immediately needed for fight or flight, right? Your parasympathetic is going to go ahead and it's going to increase your salivary production. It's going to help with your digestion, blood flow to your sexual organs, everything. So they're both super important, right? If you haven't gathered that so far. The biggest thing is that, like I said, you need both to maintain both physical and mental health, right? So after a huge stress response, you need that parasympathetic response to come back down. That's what is used to bring your body back from, woohoo, we just, fought off an angry bear, to, okay, it's time to sleep, it's time to chill, it's time for my body to relax, right? So without both, you're going to be stuck up here. And being stuck up here causes what they call adrenal burnout or adrenal fatigue, right? Which is not a good thing, in case the name didn't give that away. So your fight or flight being activated too often releases hormones like cortisol, right? Over a long period of time, this can cause adverse effects like your internal organs to become depleted of raw materials that they need to produce key hormones and neurotransmitters, right? And so, like I said, us in our career field probably do live on too much of our sympathetic response, right? Sympathetic stimulation. And we need more parasympathetic stimulation. So things that make you happy, things that help you chill, right? Become zen, yoga, running. Well, probably not running because that's going to do your sympathetic. But say you relax super good after you run, a hot shower, things like that are going to help relax you and bring you back down from here to here, right? So it's super important that we have both, right? Let's see. So without both, you're going to be stuck at that super high, right? let me see here, because I found a really good article, right? You want to make sure you're eating healthy, getting enough sleep, right? Deep breathing exercises also help to bring back that parasympathetic response. I was trying to find, I guess I lost it. I wrote down a whole bunch of them, but so in a nutshell, right, we need both sympathetic and parasympathetic, right? But a lot of us in today's society do live on more sympathetic, where we shouldn't really have to, but we do. Stress with work and home and everything else in this life. So the key is finding a balance. Not only is it going to help your physical health, but it's also going to help your mental health, right? So finding that balance between fight or flight and feed or breed. Whatever you have to do to find that balance, because you do need both. Our bodies do need both. Good things come from both. But having that balance is what's going to keep you healthy, both physically and mentally. Now I did read, so all of my info comes from, one of them was from an article by Good Therapy, who cited American Psychological Association, APA Concise Dictionary of Psychology from 2009, and one came from the Adrenal Fatigue Solution by Fawn Hansen. And so if you hadn't taken an interest already, it's a good thing to look into. Without both, I mean, what would we be? It's kind of a weird question to think about. We'd be super amped all the time, or we'd be super chill and doing nothing all the time, and neither one is good. So they're both key factors in our everyday lives. So hopefully this gave you guys enough info, and maybe you learned something. I know I did. I look forward to seeing everybody else's videos. Bye.